All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Today, I have the privilege with interviewing with the Deputy Director, Registrar of Voters, Clark County Elections Department, Gloria. Thank you, Joe, for joining us this afternoon. And he will be answering questions on where to register to vote, timeline of registering to vote, where to vote in Clark County. So thank you, Joe, for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you, and good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Yes, so we'll go ahead and get started. Would you, let the listeners know, where do they register to vote in Clark County? Where can they register, I should say?
Well, any voter with a Nevada driver's license or Nevada ID can go online at registertovotnv.gov, and that's the easiest and quickest way to get registered. However, if that's not possible for you, you can always contact our office or print the form off of our website or the Secretary of State's, fill that out and send it back to us. That would need to be in our office postmarked by October 6th.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And so if they wanted to update or view their registration, where would they do that?
That's on our website at clarkcountynv.gov/vote. There will be a section near the top towards the right that says Registered Voter Services. And by logging in there, they can check their voter registration information. Or they could simply call 702-455-VOTE, and any member of my staff can help to answer those questions.
Oh, perfect. And if they needed to change, their voter registration, is that where they would do it as well?
They can go online and go through. I recommend that they use the online portal, again, if they have their Nevada driver's license or voter ID, or they can contact our office. You will have to do that by October 6th if you're planning on doing that on a paper form, and it must be postmarked by that date in order for us to get the information in.
Okay, perfect. And then the next question I had was, say that if I'm leaving the state for a few months, how do I request an absentee ballot in Clark County?
Well, all active voters are going to receive a mail ballot in Clark County as a result of AB4 and its passage. If you're leaving, you need to notify our office and provide a mailing address where you want to receive that ballot so that we can send that to you and it'll get to you in time for you to vote and send it back. There's also an option for you to contact the office, and if you have the ability, we can send you a ballot electronically, which would make the turnaround time much faster than trying to put it in the mail to us.
Okay, perfect. And then so you address the mail, the mailing in ballot, everybody will receive their ballot. And what would be the best way, would you say, to make sure that that ballot gets submitted?
Well, the mail ballot packet that all voters will receive has a postage paid return envelope. You'll want to make sure and closely follow the instructions that are in that mail ballot packet. Be sure that you sign the return envelope on the outside, as we'll need that to verify your identity and cannot process it without that. You can put that in any mailbox and it'll get back to us. What you need to make sure and do is put that in the mail before or on November 3rd at the latest. As long as it's postmarked by November 3rd, we can receive it 7 days later and still process it to be counted. The other option is you can use our mail ballot drop-off locations. Starting September 28th through October 29th, all city clerk's offices will have a mail ballot drop-off secured area during their normal business hours, and all early voting sites, any site where we're scheduled for early voting during the 14-day period, there'll be 35 of those sites will have a mail ballot drop-off location as well. And on election day, there will be 43 sites set up throughout the county for you to drop off your mail ballot, if you choose to do so.
Okay. And how do voters find out where those physical locations are?
They'll be getting a mailer in the mail ballot packet, and it will have the mail ballot drop-off locations. They can also go to our website, clarkcountynv.gov/vote, and that information is provided there as well.
Okay. And then I had heard, do you have an app? You know, is there an app that Clark County is going to have regarding the lines? Is that what I heard?
You
Like,
broke up there for just a second. Was that to cure the ballot?
no, there, yeah, well, I'd heard that Clark County had some apps that they were going to be using during this election process.
The app that I believe you're referring to is a tool that we can use if a voter should send back their ballot and it's not signed, or if their signature doesn't match. We're statutorily required to contact that voter. If we have an email address, we'll email some information or call them. But they're going to be provided with some information that they can use to make use of a mobile app where they can sign the affidavit using the mobile app and take a picture of their Nevada ID or driver's license, which is required in order to cure your ballot, and send that back to us electronically. That's the mobile app that I'm familiar with.
Okay, that's the one. All right, thank you. And then, so we've discussed where they can early vote, and then there's going to be more physical voting locations on election day. So you had mentioned that Clark County has increased the physical locations that they're going to be able to vote on election day. So with those additional locations, how does Clark County look when it comes to the need of election workers?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I notified the county commission that we needed some help to get workers, and we've been promoting that through social media and on our website, and county commissioners have done an outstanding job of getting the word out for us as well as our PIO office. And we've received a tremendous response. And right now, we don't feel that we'll have any trouble recruiting enough workers to support the 35 early voting sites or the 125 vote centers on election day. However, if there are individuals who live in Clark County and meet the requirements to be a worker, of which you need to be, if you're 18 or older, you need to be registered. You can't be a relative of or a candidate on the ballot. And you just need to contact our office or send us an email. The phone number would be 702-455-VOTE, and they can direct you to the recruiting staff. Or you can send us an email at electionvolunteers@clarkcountynv.gov, and our staff will eventually get back to you so that you can arrange to work the polls if you're interested in doing so.
That's great to hear. Yeah, so that's great news, because I had heard that Clark County, Washoe County were really desperately looking for workers to work the polls on early voting and election day as well. So that's great to hear that you have those workers coming forward. So thank you for that. That's all the questions that I have. Did you have anything additional that you would like to add?
I'd very much like to make all voters aware that there are 3 mailers that they need to keep an eye out for. The first one being your sample ballot. All active voters will receive a sample ballot in the mail, and there's a ton of good information there related to the election, where to vote, where your mail ballot drop-offs are, and some tips on voting by mail as well. You will also receive a supplement, a mail ballot supplement, which will include all of the arguments for and against, and the text for all of the questions that will be on the ballot this election. And the third mailer is the actual mail ballot packet, which will come with instructions, a privacy sleeve, the actual mail ballot, and a list of the mail ballot drop-offs. It's important for all voters to know this is the longest ballot that we've ever had in Clark County. Most voters will have over 70 contests to vote for on election day, or during the early voting period, or through the mail. So it's important that if you choose to vote in person, that you're ready to vote when you come in, that you've made your decisions. Don't wait until the day that you go vote to try to make determinations on who you're going to vote for, or else there'll be a long delay at the polls when you come in to vote in person. Or take advantage of the mail ballot that we're sending out to all voters. You can vote that in the comfort of your home and take your time to make the decisions as to the best candidate for you. But the ballot will be very long. It's on 2 cards. If you're voting in English, there are 3 pages on 2 cards. If you're voting in Spanish, it's on 4 pages on 2 cards, and Filipino is on 3 pages, 2 cards. Send both of those cards back to us, please. We need both of those cards to process your ballot.
Wow, that is long. That is going to be a long ballot. Well, thank you for adding that. I had no idea. Here in Northern Nevada, it's not as extensive. So thank you for adding that information. Well, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your time, your knowledge, and the best of luck in this election season.
Thank you. We certainly appreciate it. And for all voters, please don't lose your voice. Get out and vote.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you so much. Well, have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you, Molly.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.